Hey guys, Joel here, and welcome back to another episode. I know it's been a couple of days. I really wanted to do a video. I wanted to finish up Silent Hill Shattered Memories, but then allergies hit. It's springtime now and everything, so it's allergy season. And this week, my nose, oh my god, stuffy nose, sneezing like crazy. Then my eyes watery, and then runny nose and all that stuff, and stuffy. So it's like I couldn't do a video. Definitely couldn't do a video like that. So just not getting better. My nose a little bit stuffy, but it's still good. I'm still fine. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a video today. You know, and I'll talk about something that's on mine that I read an article on and I'm not really happy about, but we'll get to that in a minute. But like I said, with Silent Hill, I gotta finish that game up because I promised to do it last month, and then this happened, so now I gotta wait this month to finally finish it up. And like, damn, I really wanted to get that game out the way, and that's it. But since now that we're in April and I haven't finished the game yet, once I finish that, no more Let's Plays until maybe June or July. And that's it. So I'll be focusing on other stuff on here because they're tiring, man. They really are. So yeah. So I was like, I could have done one today, but I was like, you know what? We'll do that for another day because I want to talk about something here, and I just want to make sure I'm like 100% with that game, before I start. Even though I'm kind of am now, just my nose, but whatever. But anyways, so onto the topic. I want to talk about. I have everything written down here. I'm actually on the website for it too. But it's about Sony and their new tiers. Not happy about this at all. We all know why they're doing this because they want to compete with Xbox in the Game Pass, and I mean with Microsoft in their Game Pass, feature and all that stuff. And I know I spoke about this already. I don't like it. Not a fan of borrowing digital games. That you have to pay monthly for, yearly for, whatever like that. Whatever it's called, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a fan of that. And at first, when they first announced this, I was a little bit worried and also upset that they would change some things with the plan that I'm on, or maybe make it more expensive, or try to force you to go to go for the more expensive plans and stuff like that with the extra features. But when I went on the website, which I'm on right now, and I read everything, and I see that they left it alone. So there's nothing changed in the one that we had for years. So for you guys that don't know, that's watching this, haven't read anything on it, we're good. We're good. No, nothing has changed. Everything is gonna be the same. The price is still gonna be the same. So I'm happy about it. We still gonna get the same benefits and all that good stuff. So I'm happy about that. So I actually have the website pulled up here on my tablet. So it's gonna go over real quick. Not really gonna do a detailed review. I mean, like read the whole thing out to you guys because I know you guys could just do it yourself. Just go on Google and do it yourself. But I just want to talk about it real quick and my thoughts on it. So the PlayStation Plus Essential is a plan that we're gonna be on, that we've always been on. It's just how they call it, the Essential. So that one, the benefits are it provides the same benefits that PlayStation Plus members are getting today, such as 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for saved games, which is always good. I love that feature a lot. That really has saved me a lot, especially when I had when I sold my other PlayStation 4 and got a new one. That really helped because all my saves were saved there. But and also online multiplayer access. There are no changes for existing PlayStation Plus members in this tier. So that's all I wanted to know. I'm happy that nothing has changed. We're still getting the two games, every month and stuff like that, and the exclusive discounts you get when you're a PlayStation Plus member, and cloud storage, online multiplayer access, and all that stuff. All that stuff hasn't changed. It's all gonna be good. That's all I care about. As long as you don't mess with that, I'm good. So the price is there. They have here for U.S., Europe, United Kingdom, and Japan. We all know here it's $10 a month if you want to do it that way, which is always more money. I feel like you're just wasting money that way. It's best you do it yearly. Then they have a quarterly one for $25.99. I actually didn't know about that one. And then also the $60 a year, which I don't pay that much. I usually wait for Black Friday or Black Friday or like Christmas time or whatever. I'll just say the holidays because all of the holidays. I wait for the holiday time when it's a good deal. You can sometimes get one for $40, sometimes $45. That's a perfect time to stock up on them. That time I usually get like two years worth or whatever, or sometimes even 3 years worth, and then I don't have to worry about it again until 3 years later or something when the holidays are back again and the sale is up. Then I get another one. That's how I do it. I never paid $60 for it, never. So that's the way to do it, guys. For you guys that probably don't want to get the yearly because it's too much. But then again, it's still better when you wait. Like I said, just wait it out. you get it cheaper instead of doing the $10 a month. That's a lot of money right there. So you're better off just doing that. And like I said, you can usually get it during the holidays, or maybe even the spring. Maybe even now they probably have some deals on it and stuff like that you can get, or some deals coming up soon or whatever, since spring just started pretty much. So yeah. So the next one now is a PlayStation Plus Extra, and the benefits of this one is provides all the benefits from the Essential tier, adds a catalog of up to 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from my PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in the Extra tier are downloadable for play, and this one is $50 a month, 40 quarterly, and 100 yearly. Like, that's just crazy. I'm not really understanding much about this one. I guess this one is more like almost like the Game Pass in a way, because you get the PlayStation 4 and PS5 games for, I guess, like only for free, pretty much. That's how it works. Like you can just download those games as long as you're paying that price. That's what that one is about. But it's only for the PS4 and PS5 games. If I'm saying it correctly. Sorry, I don't know much about the Game Pass. All I know is that you pay monthly for it. We can get games that you can download and play or whatever without having to worry about paying the full price, retail price for it. But at the end of the day, like I said, you're borrowing the games and not actually yours, because if you stop paying the company, they'll take all that away from you. So that's the reason why. That's another reason why I'm not a fan of it. And then the last one, which is interesting for a lot of people, especially for me, as a retro gamer and stuff like that. And I know a lot of you guys, you guys will like this one, but the price, not really worth it. So the PlayStation Plus Premium, the benefits provides all the benefits from the Essential and Extra tiers, adds up to 340 additional games, including PS3 games available via cloud streaming only, which is something I don't understand. But we'll get to that in a minute. So they have a catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations. Offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games offered in the Extra and Premium tiers in markets where PlayStation Now is currently available. Customers can stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. So, and this one, there's some other stuff here, but I'm not going to go through all that. Like I said, this one in the US, $18 monthly, $18, $17.99 monthly, $50 quarterly, and $120 a year. Wow, that price right there is crazy. But what I want to talk about is the PlayStation 3 games. A lot of people have mentioned this. I've seen when on Twitter. I've seen the PlayStation 3 games or PS3 games. You can only stream it. You can't download it, but the PlayStation 1, PS2, and PSP games you can. You can also stream those as well. I don't understand that. That's kind of strange that you can only stream it, but you won't be able to download it. Like, I'm not a fan of the whole streaming games, because with that, it requires good connection. And I'm not a fan of online only type of things. Like if it's only online with these games and, to play, then I'm not a fan of it, because you never know what can happen. Your internet could shut off. It could be really slow, and then that messes up the gameplay. That's why I'm not really a big fan of those type of games where it's just online only, games that you play that you can't play offline and stuff like that. And that's an issue. So for you guys that love the PS3 like myself, and there's a lot of games you want to get on it, I think this is the worst way to do it with streaming it, especially if you don't have a good connection or you're worried about your internet cutting out or something like that. It's great that they add in PlayStation 1, PS2 games and PSP games, something they should have done years ago via backwards compatibility. I wish they would have done it that way, because for me, that's the route I would have went, because I prefer physical games. I don't like the digital. Physical is a way for me, and I feel like that's gonna be a thing to pass soon. As long as you guys keep supporting this, I feel like that's gonna be something that we're not gonna see very soon, and I'm worried about that. Like, with me, it's physical only. Don't like the digital. The only way digital is like indie games, certain indie games that cannot have a physical version, that's fine. And if it's a game that's really, really cheap, like super cheap, it has to be super cheap on the PlayStation Store, super cheap, way cheaper than the physical version, for me to actually consider that version instead of getting the physical version. Especially if it's for a game that I really don't care much about having in my collection, and okay, I'll get the digital version. But it's not something I'm interested in. It's great that they're gonna have these games that for the PS2, PS1, PS2, and the PSP that you can download and stream a lot of great classics and stuff. But $120 a year for that? I don't know. I don't know. Monthly, quarterly, yearly, I'm not paying that. Especially when they should have had these systems of backward compatibility where a lot of these games, if you have already in your house laying around, or if you wanted to like buy it to have your collection, you can play on these systems without having to go out and get the separate systems. Kind of a lot of people don't like that. Which with me, I don't mind it. I don't mind having the system for the console. I mean, the system for the game, because for me it's nostalgia purposes as well. Because there's a lot of systems I wanted to get back that I had as a child that we had sold and stuff like that. I wanted to get back, and I have done that. There's only one last system I want to get in my collection that that I haven't had in a long time. That I haven't played in a long time is the GameCube. Even though I can just mod my Wii, I talked about that already in that video with the Wii and just play the GameCube games that way. But I still want to have one back. A lot of people, prefer to just have one console where they can just play, everything they want on it, which is fine. That's understandable. But that's why these stuff should have been backwards compatible, where, you can have the PS4 and you can play PS3 games on it, you can play PS2 games on it, PS1 games, all these games that you would have in your library already, just sitting around that that you want to go back to, you can just play it on that. Like that's the better way. That's something they should have had. Like, why didn't they have that feature? That's one thing I give Microsoft. I don't like them, whatever. Not a big fan of this console or the company itself. But they at least they have, at least they allowed that, the backwards compatible. I know it's not all games. I know it's like some games, but I know you can play 360 games on it and stuff like that, and all that good stuff. That's something that Sony should have done a long time ago. And of course they're gonna go this route because you know why? Because it's gonna make them the money. That's why. We all know why. We all know how these big tech companies are and stuff. Everything's about the money and not about you guys. They don't care what you guys want. They don't care about your guys' opinions. All they want to know is that you're putting more money in their pocket and making them more richer. And that's it. So that plan, don't care about. The other plan doesn't make any sense to me. It's pretty much you just getting the PS4 and the PS5 games. You can just play it that way. Like just download it and play them as long as you're paying them yearly or monthly or quarterly for, which I don't care for. Because number one, I don't have a PS5. I already told you guys I'm not that interested in the PS5. PS4, there's plenty of games I still want to collect. I actually want to have my collection, my library games I could actually hold and look at and display and show you guys. Not have it digital. And especially a borrowed digital game that you'll take away once you stop paying for it. So to me, a waste of time, waste of money. Don't even bother with it for those that are like me, that just prefer the physical route, not gonna just spend money, like just throw money like that or willy-nilly, just because they have it, just to make these people more richer when they don't even give a shit about us, about the gamers and stuff like that. It's a waste of time with that crap. So I'll stick with my Essentials plan. They can keep their premium and the extras and tiers or whatever else ones they want to come out with. You keep it over there. It's not worth it. Especially on top of that, with the PS3, you can only stream it. You can't download the games and actually play it that way. Which is, like I said, streaming games, I feel like is a terrible idea. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know who started it. I want to say Google started out with the Stadia. I'm not 100% sure. But it's not a future. It's not something I see being the future, and I hope not, because, like I said, if you don't have good service, you have shitty service, or you have a terrible plan on your service because that's the only one you could afford where the speeds are slow, it's not going to be a good experience playing those games. It's better off if you could download it. That's what people are still considering, that service. But yeah, so it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. This is crazy. Is there anything else I'm missing in here? No, that's it. Yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Like I said, I wasn't going over detail, review and all that stuff. You guys can just read that for yourselves, But I'm not here to be like a news guy or something for it. Just wanted to really talk about that for you guys and, explain it a little bit about the tiers and my thoughts on it. And yeah, that's it. You guys got my thoughts on it. I'm not interested in it. $120? Hell no. Hell no. That's way more than the Game Pass, I believe. Is it? I don't. You guys tell me if you guys have Game Pass, for you Xbox guys out there. You guys let me know. But that's crazy. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That price, especially for this downloading games that's not even yours, like, no, I'm sorry. Not doing it, especially with these digital games. I'd rather the route to just get the games and play it that way. I know for a lot of people, it's hard to do that because I know a lot of these games are expensive. I understand that. I really do because it's the same for me. And I have two options for you guys. The first one is, if that's an issue, just emulate it. Easy as that. Emulate. There's plenty of that stuff out there. You guys can emulate. and just do it that way. For you guys that it's hard to really come across these games or spend the money for it. I do it for certain PlayStation games, not all. I only do it for the ones that's really expensive, like certain RPGs that's super expensive on the PS1 and the PS2. Then I'll do it for those. Some of them. Some of them I would like to have my library, but I'm not justified spending like $200, $300 on a game. I'm sorry. A lot of horror games out there like that too. Like one prime example of one is Rule of Rose, the horror game for the PS2. That game goes for so much money, so much. And I had the honors of playing it because I had the repo version of it when I got a while back on Etsy. I played the game and it's not that good to me. Like, why is this game so much? Like, it's not good. I don't really like it. I don't see why it's so expensive. I guess it just became some sort of cult classic. A lot of people just like it for something in the game, but I played it. I got to a certain point, but I just got bored of it. Like, not for me. Haunted Grounds is another one, another horror game, really expensive. I've had the original years and years ago as a kid. Like, I think back in high school days, and I played it. Didn't really like it that much. I don't think I ever beat it. Then we had sold it. I don't want it back. I regret selling it, yes, because now I could have sold it for a lot more money, but like it's not worth it. So, but like I said, if you guys want to do it, just go that route. Get the emulators or with certain games if you want to actually have a physical version of it, but it's not the real one. You guys can get the repo version, like how I've done with a lot of my consoles, like mainly with the Sega Saturn, because those games are super expensive on there, super expensive. So mainly on that. But right now, what I've been doing the PS2 is just putting the games on the USB stick and playing on the PS2 that way. 'Cause that's the best way to do it, since the PS2 emulators are not that great still to this day. They're not that good. So yeah, so that's my option. Doing it that way. Or number two is just getting the games. Just getting them. Just getting the system. For those are for the people who actually wants to spend a little bit of the money, because the consoles are not super expensive for these systems I'm talking about. Only these I'm talking about, not the Saturn, not any other consoles back in days. I'm talking about for the PS1, super cheap. PS2 is cheap. The PS3 is cheap. The PS3 you can usually get like a bundle of a lot of games. The PS3 is a great system right now to collect for. I highly recommend you guys collect for that system because we don't know when it's gonna go up in price. But a lot of the games on the PS3 is really cheap, super cheap. PS2, there's a lot of them are really cheap as well, minus the ones I told you guys, certain JRPGs and certain horror games. But it's super cheap to collect for. The PS1 actually is sort of expensive. It depends on what games. But the PS2, PS3, definitely number one. That system is really cheap to collect for, so you guys should do it while you can, because you never know what's gonna happen in the future. That's for you guys that don't want to go that route with the tiers. That's my two options for you. Do the emulation for you guys, or the repo versions for you guys that don't have the money for it. That's the best way. And for you guys that just want to like collect like me, just get the system and play the games that way. No wait for remakes or ports and all that stuff. I don't wait for that. If I want to play the game, I just play it. If it's a game that I want to get that I never played before, that I looked up online, that I saw an article or something, I saw on here on YouTube, I'll get the game. If it's too expensive, then I can get the repo version of the game. If I don't want to get that, then emulate the game. There you go, done. You can play these games. So yeah, so I feel like doing this with the tiers, like trying to get people to like spend money on these games when these systems should have been backward compatible anyways. I don't think that's the right way to do things. I think that's a terrible practice. I think that you guys should just not even bother with that. Boycott this shit. Don't support this type of thing, and just let it go. Once you don't support it, then all that stuff will just fade away. Just fade away into distance. I say it all the time with games. I even also talk about it. Well, not on here, but I've talked about it, and on like videos where people do like phone reviews. I mentioned that in the comments to people. Like don't support this trend. The new trend with how cameras now with Android phones, how they just ridiculous cameras, like 20 cameras on the back of the phones. Ugly like hole on the screens and all that stuff. I don't like that shit at all. And they're getting rid of like basic features like headphone jacks and SD card, all that stuff. These companies are they just take away things from you, but they don't want to. They want you to spend more money on these things while taking away less. I mean, take away more, giving you less, and while you pay for more. So the same thing goes for games, tech or whatever else. It's just it's crazy. So like I said, don't do it. That's my two options. Like I said, for you guys, and that's the best way to do it. And don't even bother. Like $120 is not worth it, especially for games like I said that you're borrowing. Because if you stop paying that, they take the games back, or well, the games are locked, but still taking them back. They're locked and you won't be able to play them. So that's why I'm not a fan of that feature. And a lot of people, on Xbox always boast about the Game Pass, but it's not something, worth it. Especially for me and for a lot of you guys like physical, that is not worth it. That's not even something that of interest. I'm pretty sure to you guys, because not for me, because only digital. And that's about it. I know I talked long enough. I talked long enough for you guys. Just really want to talk about that with the tiers, and also talk about a little bit of other things, and then talk about why I took a while for videos and Silent Hill. Then I talked about tech with like phones, all that stuff. Yeah, I went off topic with that, but I just wanted to give an example, like comparison with that, with how these companies are, if like how they try to push things on people and take away from people, while you have to spend more for less, you know. And that's about it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about with Sony and the new tiers and all this stuff. Or are you guys interested in it? Or you guys just like me that are not interested in it mainly because of price? Or it's just because, you're not a fan of digital like myself and you rather get it physical like me, like I've said? Or you rather just emulate it because that's the easiest way to do it and the cheapest way to do it and all that stuff? Let me guys know what you think. And I was actually at 100, but now I see it was 99 subscribers. So I was actually gonna mention on the video, like, oh, thank you guys for 100, but I'm almost there. It was 100, and I went back to 99. I don't know if that's a bug with YouTube or what, but it said 100 before, then it said 99, then it said 100 before, then 99 again. That was like yesterday and the day before. So once it's official, I see 100, then yeah, I'll definitely talk about that and congratulate you guys for it. But pretty much I'm there, so I definitely, like I said, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for that, and has been enjoying my content and have been find my channel and all that good stuff. So yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.